is Deb Helfrich. Hashtag Wellbeing Philosophy and hashtag Redheaded She-Hulk. I am the founder of Wellbeing Philosophy. This is a new branch of thinking dedicated to understanding human potential and to make clear, anti-racist, life-centric thinking a necessary global public good. The reason we're in such chaos in 2020 is that human civilization is completely inhumane. The only way we don't self-extinct, given where we've gotten to, is optimizing human thinking about human potential in practical ways that solve human disease. I see a partnership between the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza and myself as the most incredible collaboration to dive into, from my beginner's mind, how the strategies and processes of all the work that you share. I've read Breaking the Habit of Being You and also Becoming SuperNatural. I was able to do an amazing amount simply because of thinking through how I think about being human. My life history is a very interesting one of incredible neglect, lifelong obesity, and an archetype of becoming a wise feminine philosopher because I managed to stay alive to turn 50. Now, what I want to do is the most challenging thing I could possibly do, which is partner with somebody who's achieving phenomenal results and be the director of research into the people who are failing. Putting my own life and times, biography, challenges, everything right out there in the open. I'm one of these people who is fundamentally an evolutionary outlier. Show me the woman who got up to 333 pounds, no metabolic disarray, who at 50 can lose 150 pounds in the 15 months after turning 50 without any of the standard diet and exercise. And I changed my field. I changed the morphic field of my body mind. Now, in some cases, you can go so far by yourself. And there are definitely time variables to losing 150 pounds that simply cannot happen any quicker than they happen. How do we reconcile between the upstream, that the thought and the morphic field dictates what happens in the body, with the variability of the results? Because of course there are many systems in the body, and we can go off on a tangent. As somebody who's optimized my mind for reverse engineering from problems in a solution-driven culture of 5-second attention spans, make all this complexity soundbite quick. We've lost any sight into actual complexity. And as a philosopher who's come up with the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectricity, which is a theory of everything, the question is, what's Einstein's biggest blunder? Search that on the internet and you'll find a Google article about him not being able to account for the expanding of the universe. I can. Because what I think Einstein's biggest blunder is, and he concurs with me, she says, as somebody who's imagined having a discussion or two with Einstein, that the biggest blunder is that E equals mc squared has to explain how humans function too. Humans are part of the universe. So everything has to also apply to us. Everything is frequency. Applies to the chaotic state of human civilization. We've applied laws of fixity, scarcity, lack, judgment, prejudice to the infinite possibilities that every human life has. Now, I'm working ultimately to stand on stage and tackle civilization change. But I'm just not yet past healing from the mold, releasing the last of my 200 pounds of excess weight, and dealing with a toxic mold exposure. I need more time. And what I need the most is the structure to not be in the nebulous world of trying to solve Einstein's biggest blunder, because nobody seems to be willing to pay me to do that right now. What I think is the highest calling for using my ability to think about human potential differently is to dive right in to become the director of spectacular turnarounds for Joe Dispenza. What I mean is, let's start diving in, myself first and foremost, to people who are not getting the results using your methodologies, strategies, meditations. They're all some of the truest explanations of human capacity that I've ever heard. And in the simplicity, where is not the 100%? It's a very good question. There is important data in the failures. Whether it is simply creating a matrix of the fact that, again, there's only so much weight a human body can release over any given time period. I think it's more astounding than what anyone realizes. So back to showing my mold dysfunction. There is a methodology to my madness. Oftentimes, I feel very salient in all of the synthesis, all of the tangents pulled together in a real tight way. Right now, they're not. I'm under severe environmental distress. And I would like to become part of Team Joe Dispenza in the Pacific Northwest to take on mold, to take on environmental toxicity, to take on the fact that the mind-body duality is a circuit, afferent communications. But within that, completely reliable, there's the environment. And I believe, as much as you have proof and demonstrations of many diseases sort of auto-magically responding and people going just on a trajectory of immense healing, that it's not 100% is going to be based on the third level. 1 + 1 = 3. The environment, the surroundings. We call it soul or spirit, body, mind, soul, spirit. Surroundings, sensory input can absolutely hijack the afferent body-brain communications and literally cut things off. No, it's actually more like this, right? I am volunteering to be a guinea pig for hire. I'm volunteering to put all of myself on display for the cause of figuring out in depth a very extreme outlier case. And offering to do that for other people willing to come in and talk about the challenges, not just the successes, but there's data, important data in the challenges. So that's me looking to be employed. Talk to you later. Bye.